I'm going to show you today how to achieve that Ralph Lauren style, but affordably. This video is actually inspired by a couple of different creators here on YouTube, one of them being Angela Braniff. She's created a few videos actually at this point about how to get the Ralph Lauren style, but from Amazon. And then I also saw something from Alyssa Beltempo where she talked about getting the Ralph Lauren style, but shopping your closet. I'm kind of meshing the two together because there are some things that I did bring in from Amazon, but there are also a lot of things that I pulled from my closet for today's video. And I guarantee that you probably have a lot of the similar things in your closet as well. And so with today's video, I encourage you to shop your closet first. And then if there's something that you see here that you think that you might need in order to achieve that look, then of course I will have everything linked in the description bar down below. I will have it pinned to the top comment. It might pop up here on the corner of the video and you can click on that and it'll take you to that specific product. Because Ralph Lauren can be very, very expensive. I mean, he's got a lot of different price points. He's got his Purple label, he's got Polo, he's got Ralph Lauren, he's got Lauren, Ralph Lauren. There's a lot of variance in pricing there, and I like that about him. He was one of the first designers that I knew of that diversified his line and kind of provided different price points so that it made it more attainable. I'm going to be incorporating a lot of pieces from my closet. There are some new things in here, and I actually do have some Ralph Lauren in my own closet that I enjoy wearing. And so I'm going to show you several outfits, showing you the different ways that you can style yourself in order to fit this aesthetic. I'm going to take a base outfit and then kind of build from there. Before we dive into the outfits, so I do want to talk a little bit about Ralph Lauren and his style. There are some key words and key terms that you should think about when you are attempting to do the Ralph Lauren style. The first thing about Ralph Lauren is that he has a really awesome way, a really great way of juxtaposing the old with the new. He does such a good job of taking the very modern pieces, but combining it with old pieces that look like they've been around forever and have seen a lot of life, and bringing them together and doing it in such a way that is very, very chic and elegant. He also is a master of bringing in traditional with rustic. He is known for a preppy style, but he is also known for a Western aesthetic. He's known for an equestrian aesthetic, which kind of ties both of those together, because in the traditional country club set or old money set, as you could call it, there's a lot of like horseback riding, the game itself of polo on a horse, and then you've got the Western side of things where of course horses are a big part of that Western aesthetic and that Western archetype. So there's an overlap of equestrian there that he really knows how to tap into. He also really does a great job of bringing in the classic with the bohemian or the romantic. And he mixes all of these together in such a way that is so very cohesive and so very beautiful and just really, really lovely and definitely heritage. In doing that, he is very experiential in the sense that he creates his designs and the way that he brings things together is done in a way to convey an experience, to convey a way of life. It's not just putting on clothes, it's the way that you style it that makes it feel the way that it feels. One of the things about Ralph Lauren style, I think, that is really important to note and that I really like is that it feels very collected. These are pieces that you could have from vintage onto today. He brings it all together and it's a very collected kind of aesthetic. The key thing about Ralph Lauren, I think, to note is that he takes all of these elements, and the reason that they work together is because he is a master of intentional layering. There are layers upon layers with Ralph Lauren style, and you don't have to take all of the layers. You can do just from the base outfit, or you can add layers, remove layers as you see fit. That's the beautiful thing about it, though, is that it doesn't have to be extremely layered in order to convey that collected heritage aesthetic that Ralph Lauren is. So that's why I am starting out with the base outfit and then building on that and showing you different ways that you can enhance your outfit to make it even more Ralph Lauren or less Ralph Lauren to fit your personal style. You have to be very careful though, because you might cross the line into going from being styled and stylish to being costumey. So keep that in mind as you go. I'm hoping to give you some inspiration on how to achieve this look with a variety of different pieces that I have in my closet, and you go shop your closet for them, or I will have things linked if that's what you want to do, if you want to buy something that you see. Everything that I am bringing other than the actual Ralph Lauren pieces are going to be on the more affordable side of things. They're pieces that I've picked up either from Amazon, from Walmart, from Quinn's, from J. Crew Factory, thrifted. I have actually a vintage piece that I'm going to show you that I bought when I was antiquing. That's what I mean by collected. You know, you've got these pieces that you can find that you may already own, that you can get secondhand, whether on eBay, Poshmark, Vinted, thrift store shopping, you know, so keep all of that in mind. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's start talking about the outfits. So the first set of outfits is going to be around denim. I'm starting out with a pair of brown jeans. I have added a taupe turtleneck. Now both of these pieces are actually Walmart. Can you believe it? And then I am adding a vest in a lot of cool tones. Now I picked up this vest a couple of years ago from Banana Republic, and it is a wool vest. It is a really, really nicely constructed vest. I actually love this vest quite a bit. I think it is so, so pretty. I am adding a Western belt. That's one of the things that Ralph Lauren likes to do, is that he will take and belt things, and he will belt them not underneath but over. And that creates that kind of layered look. Now you can not do the belt and you would still fit into the aesthetic. You could totally get away with this. This is actually a really great look, like for the office, especially if you work in a more casual office. You could trade out the jeans for a pair of trousers if you wanted to and create your look for an office instead. So I've taken this as my base look. Then I've added a blazer to it. Now this particular blazer that I have is a tweed blazer. It is from Ralph Lauren. It's got a lot of the same tones that the vest has, but if you notice, there's a lot of pattern mixing here. And that's one of the things that Ralph Lauren does, is he likes to mix patterns. The vest has got kind of like a check kind of pattern to it, and the blazer has got more of a stripe pattern to it, or a window pane almost. But we've got a lot of the same tones working together here. You could easily wear a loafer with this. I think that would look really beautiful. You could wear a Western boot with this, and that would also look really, really good. So there's a lot of different ways that you can style this with the elements that we have from the Ralph Lauren overarching kind of principles. The next outfit is me putting on a suede jacket. And that's another thing about Ralph Lauren that I truly love, is that he loves to bring in the natural fibers, especially leathers. He does love that texture that you get from the different fabrics that you know he works with, and suede is quintessentially Western, and so you could totally bring in a suede jacket. It doesn't quite fit yet, but you know, you get the gist. It's just that layering and bringing in different textures. Then I trade out the suede jacket for this alpaca blanket scarf. And this alpaca blanket scarf, I actually recently was gifted from QVC. And I really like this one because it really lends to that Western vibe. And this blanket scarf actually doubles as a throw. If you like doing that heritage style in your home, like, you know, that dark academia heritage, you know, that whole thing that you can get also from Ralph Lauren's interiors, you could absolutely use this, but then you can throw it on over your shoulders, put a brooch on it, and call it a poncho. And that poncho look is actually a huge cornerstone of the Ralph Lauren look, because it's, again, going back to that equestrian, that Western look, you know, where you would take a horse blanket and throw it over your shoulders to stay warm. This is definitely that vibe. And so this one requires a little bit of styling though. You will have to bring something in to clasp it so that it's shut, because it can look a little costumey because it looks like maybe you're just wearing a blanket, but this is intended to be a scarf. You could actually wear it as a scarf. That's its primary purpose. And so bring a brooch in, pin it, and wear it as a poncho. I think that looks so, so good. And then I've added a chambray shirt to that. That's another quintessential Ralph Lauren thing, is denim. Even though I'm not styling blue denim yet, a chambray shirt is the perfect Ralph Lauren type piece. He loves, loves, loves to layer turtlenecks underneath the chambray shirt. And I like that look. I think it's very sophisticated. I think it's very elegant. I think it's a very like old money kind of vibe. I'm still wearing it with the same taupe turtleneck. I have added one other layer to the outfit. I actually have added this scarf that I picked up from Amazon, and this is 100% mulberry silk, and you can feel it. You know a synthetic scarf when you feel it, and this one is actually really silk. It is only $20, guys. $20 for this beautiful scarf that has got a lovely equestrian pattern, but as per usual on Amazon, there are 1,000 different colors and colorways and patterns that you can choose from. I picked this one out because it has got a lovely equestrian pattern, and that falls right in line with the Ralph Lauren aesthetic. And so I am adding this to the look, and I absolutely love it. I love it. I think it is so, so pretty. And then my brown jeans and my brown boots. And this look is very simple. It's just, you could take the scarf off if you didn't want to wear that and just wear the turtleneck, the chambray shirt, the brown jeans, and the brown boots, and you would be golden. That's total Ralph Lauren right there. Simplified. And then you add the scarf to it, and it just looks so pretty. I brought in this reversible poncho. Now this poncho is so lovely. I got this from Amazon. This is the second one that I've gotten. I have one that is a gray and beige. I really, really love that poncho, and I think it's so, so good and so versatile. So I brought this one in that's got this beautiful rich tan color with the black border at the bottom, and then you flip it around and it's black with a camel border at the bottom. One of the best pieces that you could get if you want that Ralph Lauren aesthetic, because no matter what you wear it with, you're going to get that Western vibe. It's going to give Western for sure. And it's nice and warm. It's easy to wear. I absolutely love this poncho because it instantly gives that Ralph Lauren vibe, especially layered over the chambray shirt. And then I have added a Western belt to the look. And I think that that actually helps because we've got a lot of really loose layers, and I didn't really like the way the chambray shirt looked without being belted, because if you've got the loose chambray shirt on top and you've got the loose poncho on top, then it gets to be a little bit too much volume. And so I decided to add the Western belt to help define my waist and to help give me some shape underneath the poncho, and it worked perfectly. Now this Western belt, I haven't talked much about it. This is another one of those pieces that I brought in from Amazon because I don't have a Western style belt. And this one has got some really beautiful little detail work. It is faux leather. It is stretchy in the back. I like this belt though because it's got the horse bit clasp. And again, we're doing the equestrian vibe, and that horse bit clasp really, really drives that equestrian note home with the outfits, and that Western note home with the outfits. So I added this belt. I love this belt. I think it is so nice for being really affordable as well, and definitely will help you to achieve that look. For this next look, I decided that I wanted to layer a warm toned vest that I have got. It's got exactly the same pattern as the cool toned vest that I showed earlier. It's just a warmer tone. I got this from Target, y'all. You know, you don't have to spend a lot of money in order to get the look. I'm adding this particular vest on top. I've added the scarf as well. I've got the brown jeans and the brown boots. As I showed earlier, adding the belt over the vest is one of those things that you can do to really drive that Ralph Lauren point home, to give you that equestrian vibe. But then for the next outfit, I added a piece that I actually found antiquing, and it is this Pendleton poncho that I bought probably about, I want to say maybe 5-6 years ago. I got this poncho when I was out antiquing. Here in the Pacific Northwest, at the antique stores, you can find a lot of Pendleton Pendleton is actually a company that was based out of Portland, Oregon, and they did a lot of wool. And I happened across this cape and I paid $40 for it. It is 100% virgin wool. It is lined with the most beautiful orange satin fabric, and the construction, of course, because it was made in the 70s, it's really, really good. I've had this poncho in the back of my closet forever, and I found it when I was digging around and culling. And I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot I had this poncho. And oh, is this not just a Ralph Lauren vibe? So I pulled it out for this particular video, and I absolutely love it, especially with capes being very popular right now. They're very, very trendy right now. And you can find them on Amazon. So I will have some Amazon versions linked for you, but you can also go out and look at eBay, Poshmark, thrifting, antiquing, and find your own older version of the poncho. I thought that this brought the look together so well, because the poncho surprisingly has got warm and cool tones in it. It's got these warmer camel and tan colors, and then it's also got this bit of gray running through it. And I thought it was perfect for this look. And again, with a chambray shirt, you're really hitting the nail on the head with the Ralph Lauren style. And I love this. I think that it is so beautiful. You could have walked right off the Ralph Lauren website with this particular outfit, I think, because it is just quintessential Ralph Lauren. So again, it just goes to show you don't have to spend a lot in order to get the look. If you don't have something like this already, or if you can't find it thrifting, there are alternatives on Amazon, and they've got a million different colorways, again, to suit your own personal style. You don't have to wear it like this if you don't want to. I mean, you could take the vest off and just wear the poncho over the chambray shirt. You could take the turtleneck off, don't ditch the scarf. You know, there are a lot of things that you could do to customize this particular look for you. Okay, so I'm shifting gears now and moving to skirts. I've got another base look for you. I've got this burgundy cable knit cashmere sweater that I got from Quince. I have the scarf on. I have got my Ralph Lauren belt on. This is one that I've actually purchased from Ralph Lauren. I have got a brown sweater skirt that I got from Amazon because it kept popping up on my Pinterest, and I was like, I've got to try this skirt. And I'm wearing a pair of tan Ralph Lauren heels, and I've got my Dooney and Burke bag. So this is a look that you could wear to the office, to church, to a dressier something, you know, if you've got to dress up a little bit. This is absolutely a look that you can wear. I have decided to belt the cable knit sweater outside. I'm not tucking the sweater into the skirt because it's a shorter, kind of like a shrunken fit kind of cashmere sweater. That way I can belt it and there's not too much of the sweater hanging out, or I don't have to manage it too much. I'm tying in the tan with the shoes as well as the bag. The bag, that particular bag, it's the zip bag from Dooney and Burke, and it's always read equestrian to me. So that's kind of like the equestrian vibe that I'm bringing to the look. Again, this is absolutely doable for the office. It is also doable if you don't want to go over the top with the whole Ralph Lauren look. You've got the basic elements here with this particular look. The thing I like about this, and something to note about Ralph Lauren, and I think this is probably one of his more attainable pieces if you're in the mood to shop Ralph Lauren, he leans in completely to cable knit. He's got cable knit sweaters. They're either cotton or they're cashmere, or they're a blend, and you can get them in a multitude of colors. I love the cable knit because it's one of those heritage sweater weaves. Cable knit is classic. It's been around forever and it will be here forever. And getting it in cashmere, of course, is amazing. You can find it from Quince, and they do have it in ivory because ivory cable knit really is like the gold standard for cable knit. But he sells them in all kinds of colors, from yellow, pink, red, blue, different shades of red. You know, he's got a light blue. I mean, he's got his cable knit sweaters in a rainbow of colors. That's definitely a quintessential Ralph Lauren kind of thing. So I have taken this particular base outfit and I have added a denim blazer. Now, I don't think I've ever seen Ralph Lauren produce a denim blazer, but he needs to. This look is so nice. I really, really loved the addition of the blazer to the look. It really pulled it together. It really makes it a nice look for an office, especially an office that lets you wear denim. It's just quintessential Ralph Lauren, even though he has never done, to my knowledge at any rate, has never done a denim blazer. So, so beautiful. The blazer, by the way, is free assembly. Walmart. Again, you don't have to spend Ralph Lauren money in order to get the look. You just have to know what to look for. And this particular denim blazer is beautiful. Now, free assembly doesn't have this blazer anymore, I don't think, but I think on Walmart there is another denim blazer that is very similar that I will have linked for you. Really great look, guys, with the equestrian leaning Dooney and Burke bag, and then you've got this beautiful blazer on, and then you've got a scarf that's got like this equestrian vibe. I mean, it's just giving Ralph Lauren. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So I have taken off the blazer and I have added this herringbone tweed-like vest that I got from Amazon. I still have the tags on it. Sorry. I haven't decided if I want to keep it because it's small. It doesn't fit me. I got the wrong size. I should have sized up one, but I got the wrong size. But I like the way that it looks open with the belt and the sweater and the skirt. I think it looks really, really great, even though it doesn't close on me. So that's definitely an option for you. If you don't want to do the closed up vest, but you still want to lean into that style, then wearing the vest open with the belt on underneath, I think that works really, really well and still gives off that vibe, and also kind of gives this like academia kind of vibe as well, which is something that Ralph Lauren does. He has that traditional preppy kind of look that he likes to do, and this I think falls into that preppy kind of look. So if you don't want to do the blazer and you would rather do a vest, then this is the way to do it. Any kind of vest that you have got will work here really, really well. It is, again, quintessential Ralph Lauren, just not as layered as we're talking about in some cases. And then I'm just giving you a quick peek at this outfit, but with a Western style shoe instead. I could have tried it with some tall boots, but I was trying so many outfits. I'm like, I don't want to do tall boots. But you totally could do this look with a riding boot. You could do it with just a standard like leather boot. Any kind of tall boot would work beautifully with this outfit. I have to say that doing this exercise has made me kind of want Western boots. Who am I? I don't know. But I'm thinking about maybe getting myself a pair of Western boots. Vivaya has got a pair that I think would fit my calves because I've got thicker calves, and they do have a boot that leans Western, so I might be getting that at some point. But anyway, so with these brown mules that I picked up from Walmart this past late summer, early fall, I like them because they lean a bit Western, and so we're hitting that Western note again, which if you take a look at Ralph Lauren's current designs, he is very heavily into Western and Southwestern aesthetic, because you're seeing a lot more of those Native American style patterns coming up on the ponchos and the sweaters and things like that. So he's leaning into that Western vibe a bit more these days. And so these shoes kind of help you to go in that direction. And again, Walmart, if you bought these and you want to style them in a Ralph Lauren way, here you go. What is the next look? Look, I told you I did a lot of looks because it's so easy. You just keep putting stuff on. So the next look has got this taupe cable knit V-neck sweater. This is a sweater that I thrifted. I thrifted it several years back. It is St. John's Bay, so it's JCPenney's. Even if you bought it like today, it would be super affordable. And I added the cool toned vest. And then I've decided to pull out my denim skirt that I got from Walmart in the late summer, early fall transition period. If you guys bought this skirt, here's a way that you can style it with a vest, with a cable knit sweater underneath, with a pair of brown Western shoes if you pick those up as well. And then I added this belt that I've had forever. I got it from Cabby eons ago. It's got this crown on it. So I wanted to touch on this a little bit, because when you look at some of Ralph Lauren's styling, he will style with a huge Western belt buckle type belts. You could do that if you wanted to, But I'm interpreting it as, oh, well, I can just wear something with a statement buckle on it, and I've got a crown, and why not? So I added it to the outfit and put it on outside the vest. So I belted the vest with this particular belt. With the denim skirt, it helps to cinch everything in because that skirt can be very voluminous, and so that helps to bring it in. With the brown Western style shoes, and I brought in this suede bag from Madewell, which you've seen in other outfits, and that's another way that you can hit that Ralph Lauren note is by bringing in suede. I think I touched on that a little bit earlier on with a jacket, but you can definitely bring that vibe in with a bag instead. And so this Madewell bag is perfect because it's kind of slouchy. It's not a truly structured bag, although it does have some shape to it, and you can bring it in to hit that vibe as well. And I really, really like this outfit. I thought that it was really, really pretty. Very sophisticated, very Ralph Lauren leaning without being with all the layers and everything. And you could easily wear a pair of riding boots with this skirt and pull that look, or Western boots and get that look, or just a regular standard pair of tall boots and get that look, or a pair of flats and get that look. I mean, there are so many ways. You could easily bring in your shoe of choice and have that vibe. I decided then to add this scarf to the look as well as the Western belt. And I like bringing in a little bit of that warm tone to the outfit because I think they work really well together. These are all neutrals, and so you can pretty much bring in any color that you want and get that cohesion without clashing too much. And so that's why I thought, well, let's bring in the Western belt and let's see what that does. And I really, really liked the way that looked. I thought that it looked really good. However, I wanted to bring in the scarf as well in order to bring more of those warm tones. But if you take a close look at the scarf, let me show you, it's got gray. So we've got some cool tones worked into this scarf. So what I did was I folded the scarf in such a way that the cool tones kind of were showing, so that way we could have a little bit of tie-in right there. But I brought this together, and I am wearing the scarf with a ring. It keeps spinning because this scarf isn't quite thick enough for this size ring. But you could take any ring and just tuck the tails of your scarf in and use it as a scarf ring. They sell scarf rings, you know, things that are specifically intended to be scarf rings, but you could totally just use a ring that you have, and that's what I've done here. This is a signet ring that doesn't fit me, and so I'm using it as my scarf ring. So anyway, I tuck it into the vest though in order to help keep things together and to kind of close off the V of the sweater a bit. I still have that V, but it's a little bit more closed off because I've got this scarf on, and I think it works really, really well in that way. Shifting gears one more time, starting out with another base outfit. I am wearing this denim dress. This is a dress that I picked up from Target a couple years ago. It's a shirt dress. Again, Ralph Lauren loves denim. And so I'm bringing in that denim vibe. And this time I'm bringing in something that looks like it's been worn a lot because it's a very light denim. I have layered it with a organic cotton micro ribbed turtleneck from Quince. And I've got the Western belt on with the Western style shoes and the Madewell bag. I decided to take the scarf and tie it onto the bag instead, just because, you know, if you don't want to wear it around your neck, but you still want to have that beautiful scarf to kind of tie everything together, then put it onto your bag. And I absolutely love the way this turned out. Then I decided to add the vest on top because it's Ralph Lauren, we layer. And so I've put the warm toned vest over this and I've left it open. And with the Western belt showing its horsebit hardware, I think it's such a great look. It just like really strikes that Ralph Lauren note. Just is very simple, very easy to wear, not hard at all to wear. I've taken the poncho, the tan and black poncho, and I have layered it on top. And again, with the Madewell bag and the brown Western style shoes, and it's a great look if you needed to layer over, especially those of you gals who live in a warmer climate and don't necessarily need a coat, but you need something to give you some warmth and protection. This is a great way to do it. I thought it looked much better open because you could see the vest and the belt underneath. So this is how I chose to style it. And then I decided, let's take it one step further and let's bring out that wool cape again. And let's see what that looks like. And I loved it. I love this cape. I need to wear it more. I haven't been wearing it, but with it being 100% virgin wool, it will do well in my climate where it's kind of wet and cold at the same time. So this is going to do really, really well for me. Now, in full disclosure, this is actually a medium. So it doesn't quite close on me because the shoulders are a little tight, but I'm hanging on to it because I'm on a GLP-1 weight loss journey, and this cape is going to fit me someday. And it's going to fit me the way it's supposed to. I can wear it now, but it would look a lot better if I were an actual medium, but I will be. So I'm hanging on to it. So that's my rundown of how to achieve the Ralph Lauren aesthetic on the cheap and by shopping your closet. A majority, like 70% of what I showed you was stuff that I already have in my closet. And I will bet that you've got a lot of this stuff as well. If you don't, remember, I'm going to have everything linked in the description bar. It's going to be pinned to a comment as much as I can find. I think I can pretty much find all of these in some form or fashion. It's not going to be the retailer that I got it from. I'm going to try and keep it affordable if I can, but if I can't, I'm still going to list some options for you in case you want to make an investment, because you could probably find a lot of this on the Ralph Lauren site anyway. So let me know in the comments if you'd like for me to do this Ralph Lauren style, but make it affordable and make it spring and summer appropriate. I would love to do this seasonally for you guys. So let me know if that is something that you would enjoy.